it didn't work.
That last note. Oh, it's very cool.
Yeah.
Yar!
Hello, everyone. I'm Dan,
And I'm Austin.
and we are here to play games.
Badly.
Welcome back to Lunar Remastered. Lunar Silver Star Remastered. We are in Lighten after handling the discordant music last time and saving Austin's ears in the process. I have gotten a couple of levels since then, and I want to call out that I now have all of Nash's magic, including his very powerful Thunderbolt.
Ooh, nice.
His single target lightning spell, which is his final one, he gets at level 34. Everyone else is pretty much where they were with regards to abilities. Mia and Jessica actually get their final ability at level 35, so we'll be getting those soon.
Wonder why they're different levels.
I don't know. They just kind of, yeah. I mean, Alex essentially gets his last ability story-wise, but very early on with the ones he gets through levels.
Right.
And then Kyle joins with all of his abilities. So it's just like, yeah.
So he doesn't get another layer of stuff like everybody else seems to.
Nope, he does not. He's a one-trick pony, but he's very good at what he does.
Very strong one-trick pony.
I'm going down here to go ahead and do the Forbidden Woods. If you want to do it at this point, I was actually able to get through here pretty much at level 32, but I grabbed a few levels in here. The experience is okay. So I'm going to show you how to get through here. I recommend having a lot of starlights for this. You're not going to need a lot, maybe 4 or 5. I just bought several of them because I used a bunch. I'll show you why you need starlights here. Alright, and let's amp the battle speed. So, basically you're going to want to use Dragon Anger. I'm going to use Thunder Thrust, Blizzard, and I like Sonic Riser, and
Release the Weasel.
Saint Litany. Yes, indeed.
By the power of Athena.
So having that regen is good because these enemies hit extremely hard.
That was a cool ability. I like that the dragon shows up behind them and blasts.
Yeah, the dragon abilities are pretty cool. You essentially summon the spirit of a dragon, and it does something. So, it's nice. And you're gonna want to use Jessica's abilities or healing nuts. I use Jessica's abilities to top people up. I don't think there are any items in here, so just cut as straight a path as you can to the right. And I like these hit-all moves. Kyle lacks a hit-all, so the best one to do is his Sonic Riser ability.
I do find it interesting that he doesn't have a hit-all.
Yep. It's kind of strange. Sonic Riser can hit-all, but most of the time it does something like that. So.
Right. Because of the line.
Yes. There we go. Yeah, as you can tell, you get decent experience here. It's not great, but it's decent. There is another way to get through here pretty easily later on, but you are going to need starlights for it as well. So the reason for starlights is Alex's Dragon Anger, costs 35, so you're going to need to starlight him a couple of times to get through here effectively. I'm actually going to give him 2. Bring it back up to 90, or 97. And enemies being how they are in this game, I'm actually gonna...
Check this out.
Don't bother running from them on the map, just fight your way through as much as you can.
Blessing of Athena.
I don't even see the full animation.
It's cool.
Yeah, pretty sweet.
That's hot.
Yeah,
Because of all the fire.
literally, indeed.
Yeah, exactly.
Lunar the goddess.
Mia, survive.
Yeah. Yeah, and if somebody goes down in one of these fights, don't bother rezzing them. Like, literally just keep spamming AoE abilities. That is, unless you have Jessica at 35, because her final ability is a res ability. But I wouldn't waste a bunch of res items. I'm actually going to save into the top slot here. Okay. Yeah, these guys are probably my least favorite in here, but they're definitely it's definitely possible to deal with them. They're just aggravating because physical abilities don't do a lot against them. I think Sonic
Sure.
Riser does okay. I'm just gonna use. We'll give it a shot.
Check this out.
But if you end up
Athena.
doing any regular attacks or Alex's hit all sword attack, it really doesn't do a lot to them. So it's kind of annoying, but it's not too bad. And one more. Alright. And if I remember right. Oh hey, there is a chest up here. Grab this. 10,000!
Make up for all those starlights you bought.
Yeah, now we gotta deal with these jerks. These guys are kind of rough. But same strategy for everything in here, honestly. Just
Check this out.
target Sonic Riser for
Power of Athena.
any enemy that seems to hit as many of them as possible. If it just ends up hitting one or two, it's not a huge deal. Like,
Lunar the goddess.
just keep going.
Yeah.
Alright.
Plan for the best, expect the worst. Ah.
Indeed. Actually, almost through here. I think just up here, we should be able to deal with this jerk, and then we should be ready. Should be
Yeah,
all
it
the way
seems like a
through.
relatively small area.
Yeah, it's
to
not
get
very
around.
it's not very big. It's just the enemies in here are rough to deal with.
Blessing of Athena.
I wonder why they chose to do that.
I don't know. It does guard the female hot spring, so I have no idea if that was part of the decision-making process.
Sure, but like the male hot spring has 0 enemy encounter.
It
So
does.
it's just an interesting choice.
It is. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do that. Get out of here.
No, I don't wanna. I wanna be forever.
All right, we made it.
Woo!
So yeah, that's how you deal with that. Again, I will talk about how to get through it much more easily later on. It's going to be in a couple of episodes, but I'll explain how to do the Forbidden Woods once you get to a certain point. And we've made it to the Althena Spring. So let's talk with the priestess here.
This is the spring of the goddess Athena. If you enter its soothing waters, you can beautify your body. Do you want to?
Okay, that sounds great.
Oh, I almost forgot. This spring is for women only. I'm afraid your male friends will have to wait here. Enjoy, ladies, and relax.
Scandalous.
So scandalous.
Well, now, do you feel more beautiful? I knew you would.
All right, and I'll save here because we need to get the other cutscene, so let's do it.
Oh, you're back. Isn't the spring wonderful? Doesn't your skin feel smooth as silk? How about another bath?
Of course.
Take your time and enjoy your bath. Boys, no peeking. Got it?
That's
Okay.
especially you, Kyle.
All right, done.
At this rate, you'll be as radiant as Athena herself. Take care.
Excellent. All right, and then, you know, that's 2 more toward the Watch All Cutscenes achievement. And let's go ahead and use the wings, and we'll go back to Lighten and continue. But yeah, that, if you buy 3 soaps on the ship, you do have 1 to spare. I don't know if in the remaster they made it not as random, because I literally did not have to reset on either spring. So it's possible they just QOL'd that. I am not 100% sure. But that's pretty cool if so. But I do have an extra soap. That's probably just going to do nothing. I don't think there are any other uses for soap. So.
That's okay.
Yep. It is all right. All right. And I think now... I think we already talked to the elder here, so I think we just need to go back here.
Yeah, he talked about how only two people in love singing a song or something can summon the blue dragon.
That's right.
And Kyle was like, "Oh, we got this in the bag," and everybody else was like, Are
you sure about that?
Right. We need Luna and Alex to sing, but we don't have Luna.
There's to Lighten Lake. This should be Lighten Lake. Hey. Wonder why it's not triggering. Let's talk to him again.
We'll talk to the elder again. Yeah. Hello.
Where'd he go? Oh, here he is. Okay, yeah.
Alex, you've done it. You've returned the Song of the Valley to us. Now the festival can begin. We will sing songs of thanks to you for your great deed. Walk north to Lighten Lake, Alex. The blue dragon shrine rests beneath its placid surface. But it won't rise unless a song is sung by two people who are deeply in love with each other.
The Song of Two Lovers is the key to the Blue Dragon Shrine?
I wonder if it like resets because you left.
I think it did, yeah.
How wonderful. How romantic.
How wildly impractical. Well then, let's go to the lake and sing.
Why is Jess so excited all of a sudden?
Okay.
Probably not for the reason you think, Kyle.
Now it should trigger. Hey, here we go. You must sing!
This looks like a fine place to croon. Remember what the two lovers have to think of each other as they're singing.
All right, let's see. So let's have them sing.
Well, Jess, are you going to sing together or what? What do you mean we, Kyle? You really want to try this? Jess, are you stalling? Are you too embarrassed to sing in front of everyone?
Sing!
Oh, Kyle. He's like, I don't know how this song goes.
He's having some troubles. That didn't work.
That last note. Oh, well, I was not prepared for that. Oh man.
Oh boy. This is the second this is re-recorded voice acting, so it didn't sound exactly like that in the one I played before, so I actually wasn't expecting that either. That's good. I like that. Oh man. Jessica's like, what in the hell?
Yep.
What was that, Kyle? Did you suddenly forget you're supposed to be singing, not gargling? That was not your best effort. Hey, what do you mean? You're the one who couldn't harmonize if your life depended on it. Harmony? You call your grunts and moans harmony? More like excruciating pain. I don't think this is working, Alex. Not at all.
You guys' turn.
So, Mia, why don't we, try singing together? Really, Nash? Well, alright, but my singing voice is really not very good.
Don't rush.
It no work.
Yep.
Nash, why are you so nervous? I thought your feelings for me were pretty obvious. I'm so sorry, Nash. I told you my voice was horrible. Oh no, Mia, it's all my fault. I'm just too nervous to sing.
Well, what do we do?
Now what do we do?
Is it Null and Alex's turn?
Uh-huh.
What do we do now, Alex? We've never going to see the shrine like with singing like this. If Lunar were here to sing with you, Alex, the shrine would surely appear. But... Alex, I have an idea. Why don't you play your ocarina? I know Luna will hear it and feel it.
Yes. Play our song.
Play our song. Yeah, just magically singing along.
Luna. I know. Let's all sing with Luna. If we sing, we won't be afraid and we won't cry. Quiet, all of you. I demand it. Stop this insurrection at once.
Nope.
You insolent little... What a beautiful song. Such a pathetic attempt to control their fears. I almost pity them, sisters. Pity them, Royce. You should be in awe of them. Don't you feel the power of this song? Don't you feel it stirring your very soul? If this song doesn't warm your heart, Royce, it's because yours is already dead.
Yes, Luna, yes. With each note you sing, and with every breath you take, your awakening grows closer. And on that glorious day, your voice will mark the beginning of my eternal domain. Do you want the power?
Mm-hmm.
Please, Alex, don't play anymore. It reminds me too much of Luna.
Alex, look! Something's happening!
It's happening!
It's working!
How ominous.
Indeed. Woohoo! Blue Dragon Temple.
Yeah, very nice.
You did it, Alex! Luna heard your song. I knew she would. I heard her singing, Null. And I felt her. It must be wonderful to be so deeply in love as Alex and Luna. I only wish a certain handsome barbarian would realize I feel the same way about him. Hey, Jess, come here. Care to join the rest of us? Or are you going to stay here to work on your singing? Another word out of you, and I'll be using your face to work on my left jab.
He'll punch you in the face.
Punch him in the jeans.
All right, so here we go.
Has anyone seen a staircase? I'm afraid I haven't. We also haven't found any doors, and I haven't sensed any magical barriers. Alex, all that's left to check out is this pool. Do you think there's magic in the water? There's only one way to know for certain, all. Geronimo.
Indeed. First, I'm going to move Alex back to the flame sword because this is a good time to be using that. And I think most part. Whee! Oh, hello. Enemies!
Slime.
I'm gonna have her use Ethereal Cane. Sure.
The cane is so ethereal.
Indeed.
Indeed.
All of them attacked Alex.
That was so kind of them. I'm so glad they were there to do that.
Yeah, Alex obviously cleans up with that flame sword, so... Actually
And
gonna...
they knew it, and they freaked out.
Yeah. Indeed. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, so let's move this one to the Ethereal Cane. Let's see here. I think there's a little bit of a maze to this, but it's pretty straightforward. Let's see. There are a number of things we
tricky
can get in here. Yeah, a little bit. Ah. Fight. We're gonna fight.
Tricky.
Yeah, the
Tricky. Sorry, continue.
The experience in here is better than in the Forbidden Forest, actually, so...
Interesting.
Uh-huh.
Wonder why.
Yeah, it's... The Forbidden Forest experience just isn't great for some reason.
Especially with the enemies being so much harder, you'd think it would be better.
Yep. They're just tough, and they're not, you know, the experience isn't terrible, but it's definitely better in here. I think this one's also a, you can go in here once, and once you leave, you're done, I think.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong
Because the
about
shrine
that.
will, like, sink back down into the water, probably.
I don't remember, but from what I remember, the dragon areas are that way.
Yeah, that makes sense. Except for Quark.
Walk.
Yeah, because they had to go to the Kiss Cave twice, so...
Yeah. Ooh, Starlight, nice. Let's see. Kyle could use a top off. Let's do it.
Let's do it to it.
Let's see here. Okay, we'll probably be getting levels in here pretty shortly.
Yeah, probably. Knowing you, you'll get lots of levels.
All the levels! Ow. Kyle getting wrecked.
Well, stop it.
I would love to.
Be better. Get good.
Get up! Yeah, they drop a lot of starlights in here, so probably fine to use one every once in a while if you need one. You know, again, this is... I have habits from playing old RPGs where you never got items, and so you save them all, and then suddenly you realize I don't need 25 mega elixirs to deal with the final boss.
Right.
So I wouldn't be too stingy with them, especially since they drop a lot in here. Okay, there's a bunch of puddles in here in this room I'm in, so.
It's such an interesting problem to have because I feel like a lot of RPGs fall into this scarcity of items when you need them because your skills can't compensate for it enough due to like a lesser amount of MP or whatever.
Yeah.
And then by the time you can start using those items a little more freely, you also have skills that knock out all those problems without having to use the items. And so then you just have a large quantity of items that you no longer need.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's very interesting because items don't work the same way as they used to in a lot of modern games. And neither does attrition, really. It is one of the reasons I think Final Fantasy XIII was criticized. You know, people have varying problems with 13, but one of them is your entire battle party is healed up after every battle. So attrition doesn't actually exist in 13. So the combat, the individual combats are what challenge your party, not resource management over going through a dungeon.
Oh, yeah.
It's interesting.
That's interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever thought about that aspect of it. I think I forgot that 13 did that.
Yeah.
And then you got games like the Shin Megami Tensei and Persona series where there's a plethora of healing items, and then you do have the attrition, right, of like having to heal up after every battle if you're not playing well, because there's all kinds of like management involving that, managing the battle and how effectively you do it. If you're doing it well, then MP is the thing you got to worry about the most. And those are very scarce items to restore MP, and they're usually minimal restoration too. It's like 10 points here, 5 points there, versus like a full restore. And the full restores are very, very scarce.
Yeah.
So, it's a different problem to have, I suppose.
Yeah, and it's different if you're dealing with Megaton versus Persona as well.
That's true. It also depends on how accessible money is, because sometimes you can buy those MP items. MP is the place where I run into the most problem with my experiences with Atlas games. I just can't ever keep enough in my in my bar, essentially.
Yeah, I get it.
And it just becomes a question of
Alright.
can I afford to buy replenishment items?
Mhm.
And maybe on New Game Plus.
Well, yeah, again, it also depends. Yeah, money problems present differently in Shin Megami Tensei versus Persona versus something like Soul Hackers.
Sure, yeah.
Or Raito, which I don't know how they present in Raito. Actually, I haven't played Raito, but yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, so as I'm sure you saw, some of these puddles have water elementals in them, so I'm probably just going to clear all these out as we go. I think this place is a little more linear than it looks, which is nice.
Fewer moments of confusion and just this pool works and this one doesn't kind of situation.
I think so. Ah.
Okay.
Razor Wolf. Weak to fire as well.
It's so sharp.
Do what?
The Razor Wolf, it's so sharp.
It is. Very sharp. Ah.
Ah!
Roaring. Ah.
So, you and I growing up with the way turn-based RPGs were handled.
Hmm?
What are some things that like you're used to, you grew up with, that are maybe a little bit nostalgic for you? I may not be asking this question correctly, so just bear with me. But talking about like item and resource management, right? What are things that you like about how they've done them in the past, say with like Lunar and the early Final Fantasies and stuff like that, versus how a more modern take on turn-based RPGs might be when it comes to like item and resource management, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, all right. So with regards to items in particular, them being a scarce resource is a double-edged sword, I think. So it is a particular kind of challenge. Is it fun? And it can be. I definitely think it's satisfying to be able to say, oh, these items, do I want to use all of these now? Do I want to use them later? It is a particular type of challenge. And it has been interesting. You know, my first venture into that was Super Mario RPG, which had a very limited inventory system. So then when I started playing Final Fantasy and I could get all of this crazy, like all of these items, Miracle Litany, Jessica. So now she has a revive spell. Woohoo.
Very nice.
You know, it was like, oh, I can get all of these items and the resources. If I spend some time, I have all the resources I really need. Which is interesting. And then in more modern games, you know, I'm thinking of Clair Obscur, which has items as almost abilities.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at them.
And it sort of comes from the whole bonfire system in Souls games. I don't know if that was the direct inspiration, but it's similar. Because your flask refills at bonfires. And Flameria, which is Mia's final spell. We'll look at that real quick. Flameria is basically the same as Blizzard, but it is actually a lot more powerful. So it's Mia's spells are interesting because Ice Wall I think is stronger than Flame Circle, and Flame Bomb and Flameria are both stronger than Blizzard and Ice Lance. So it depends on when she learns them. But if you can take advantage of an elemental weakness, you know, it is going to be extremely effective regardless. So.
Right, yeah. Yeah, bonfire is the easiest way to explain it, but really it's just any time you rest in Clair Obscur. Mm-hmm. Which, the only way to rest in that game would be to go to essentially bonfire locations. So.
It's Flameria. Yeah, indeed.
Just a matter of perspective, I suppose.
There we go. Yeah. I mean, checkpoint, rest locations, you know, it's... Yeah, it's not necessarily, and, you know, I am certainly open to the fact that, like, okay, Souls type of games don't own checkpoints, but the fact that items replenish and you have a certain amount of them strikes me as very similar to spell slots, to use another analogy. So yeah, the resource limitation I've never felt is overly fun as a type of challenge, but I can't deny that it's effective. You know, and the problem I've always had is I don't necessarily use items effectively. Another example of the way resources have begun being limited is different items have different maximum caps when you carry them. Shin Megami Tensei 5 does that, where you can only carry like 5 of certain items, like somas.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and so if you find more of them, like you end up having to leave them where they are. I find that to be even more annoying.
Yeah, especially since somas are hard to find to begin with.
Yeah, so you have to like remember where the hell they all are, and I'm just, you know, like, I get that that's a particular type of challenge, and I get that Megaton comes from dungeon crawlers more so than, you know, a traditional turn-based RPG like this one.
Right.
But it's still like, come on, guys, just let me pick up all the somas, like, So, but you know, I can't deny that it does make the mechanic interesting and effective as far as, you know, what you have to manage, how attrition affects you, the fact that you can't pick up like 80 million of these incredibly good items and you have to go get them if you want to. I just don't find it particularly compelling. I don't remember which puddle I came in from. Right.
You're lost. I mean...
Oh no! I might be. But yeah, what about you?
It's a mixed bag. When it comes to resource management, every game approaches resource management so differently. I usually get a little frustrated if I'm not making enough money to get like the basic stuff easily. Right?
Right.
So, Persona 3 had this particular issue where I actually had to take some time to go out of my way to calculate the items I had grabbed to see how much they'd sell for to make sure I had enough money to do the thing I was trying to do next.
Yeah.
And that is a little cumbersome, to say the least. And it was for like basic stuff. It wasn't even for gear. I needed it for other things.
Right.
And so I find that to be a little frustrating to contend with personally when it comes to like money resource management. But on the other side of things, like with Metaphor, when I've been playing through it, getting money just becomes like a no problem at all.
Yeah.
But the alternate currency, which is what you use for like your levels and stuff, is much more sparing. And so I don't mind that as much, because then it's like, okay, now I can go grab like 10 of all these different like items that help me stave off specific debuffs and status ailments. Ailments is the word I was looking for.
Yes.
And there's a lot. There's like 7 or 8 different ailments you can get in Metaphor. So, you know, like I'm fine with having a plentiful money to get the basic stuff, even if that means I have to spend a turn to do that, right? To use that item. And have that other resource be a little bit more scarce. And there are ways like near end game where you can like farm the secondary like currency. But you have to do it like a certain way. Right.
Yeah.
So I don't mind that so much. I do think I don't know. I think there are some things that more traditional and older JRPG turn-based do really well, but I think there's a lot of really good things that have come out of the newer turn-based RPGs as well, right? So like, this is me personally. When it comes to like dungeon delving, I actually prefer a little bit more about like what we're doing here with Lunar and what we do with which is an older one, but there's the more modern like Persona 5's big dungeons.
Sorry, with Lunar and with what was the other one?
Persona 5.
Oh, Persona 5. Okay.
Those dungeons are massive.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a lot of places to go back and forth, right?
Yes.
And there's time management involved with that, which is a whole separate issue. But like just the dungeon itself, they're very memorable, and I like that. I really like memorable places to explore.
Right.
Which some other places aren't. You're just like walking through an area that is
Ruby
slightly different from the next one, you know.
Or Jessica upgrade.
Nice.
Yeah. So, couple of things. Yeah, the dungeons in Persona 3 and Persona 4 come from kind of the dungeon crawler roots of Persona and Megaten in general. So yeah, they're sort of samey in a way. You know, like, and 3 is actually worse than 4 about that in some ways, since it's like one dungeon the whole time.
Right. I found 3's to be a little less egregious for me, specifically because it was one dungeon, and each tier had its own like thematic skin to it.
That's fair.
And 4, they are separate dungeons, but they all operate essentially identically.
Yes.
In the way that they feel and navigate.
Yes.
And so for me, that was a little more tiresome, for lack of a better term, because I really like 4. I think 4 is a fantastic game. but getting through the dungeons and being compelled to keep going through them for additional stuff I was hard pressed to like get myself to do that sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, Soul Hackers 2 is very similar in its dungeon design. It's actually a game I would like to do a playthrough of myself because it's very fun, but the dungeon design's a little like, what are we doing here, guys? It's not completely without flavor, but it's certainly not anywhere close to like what SMT5 or Persona 5 do, which they both do a very good job in different ways with dungeoning / exploring and dealing with, your environment.
Yeah. And I think that's what I need is like variance, right?
Yeah.
And some of the more classic JRPGs just don't have that variance, but it was a different era of gaming.
It sure was.
Very different era of gaming. So, we had different expectations too. And I think some of it stems from the quality, the fidelity of the graphics involved as well. Like when we talk about older games, we talk about like point and click adventures. You've got the text-based adventures that were running like DOS.
Yeah, or something like King's Quest. Do you ever play those? Yeah.
I didn't play them, but I'm familiar with them, right? They're just a very different experience. And so it's kind of mind-boggling to see how much the gaming environment has changed in the last 30, 40 years.
Yes.
We're at the point where graphics are almost hard to tell apart.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's
reality.
Yeah, I mean, there's certainly specifics to that, but yes, that's certainly true.
Well, especially compared to like Mario 64, right? When 64 came out and PS1 era stuff came out, and it was all 3D, and we were just like mind blown that such a thing could be even considered, much less accomplished. Yeah. And now we've got, a lot of it's motion capture, but like you've got straight up realistic facial expressions being conveyed. People are literally acting out these scenes, and then they're being doubled through the animation and through the models that people are being made, right? So you have these very believable, credible, realistic looking characters. Now, not all games do that, and I'm glad that we are seeing a good variety. Not everything has to be hyper realistic, right?
I'm glad it's not all hyper realistic myself.
Right, me too. That's what I'm saying. I'm glad there's variety there. Like I like that. I like that Zelda games have kind of gotten away from realism a little bit, because. And I'm not saying I wouldn't appreciate another entry like Twilight Princess or Ocarina of Time, which has a more realistic approach. But
I certainly would, yeah.
Right, but there is a lot to be gained from games like Wind Waker and Skyward Sword and Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are both a little less hyper-realism and still have very impactful, good, high-quality graphics. So we're finding this interesting balance between the two, and I think a lot more games, especially indie developers, are finding ways to reintroduce and bring back to life a lot of these sprite-based games and quote-unquote lower fidelity graphical situations, and leaning into their strengths and weaknesses and making excellent entries into the gaming world with them.
Yeah, and another point I wanted to make about resource management that I thought of while we were talking is, as an example of a thing that I think has improved with QOL in modern games, I'm going to use Nocturne as an example. And this can be brought to a lot of Megaton games, but the example I like is when you are fusing demons in the original Nocturne, the abilities they get are random. So, and you don't have to accept the fusion result every time. You can, go back and be like, okay, what do I do now? Let me try it again. And you can see the result and reject or accept it. So what you end up doing especially if you're trying to fuse a demon where you're trying to get 6 specific skills in the 6 remaining slots of a demon, because Nocturne didn't have the overwrite original skills at any point. You couldn't do that. So the starting skills were always your starting skills for a demon. So you just have to back out, reload. And I've done this for like 3 hours before, trying to get a demon to work the way I want it to. Get it the correct skills, because also in Nocturne you couldn't fuse extra skills onto a demon. Skills might mutate, but you never knew what you were going to get there. And there are specific rules. Nocturne has a ton of really arcane rules under the hood about the way it does certain things. So, you know, like, they re-released Nocturne Remaster, and it's gotten some criticism for some of its choices, I'll say. Interesting. All right, I'll come back for these. But one of the things you can do is select your skills when you are fusing a demon. And I think that is absolutely necessary. And I think it is an absolutely fantastic improvement that needed to be there from the beginning. And I am sure there are people who would disagree with me on that. You know, it's like, oh no, it takes away from the random nature of it. And, you know, I will acknowledge that. But what you end up doing is punishing like players who are trying to min-max their demons to a certain extent. And you are punishing their time, right? That's all you're really doing, is you are taxing the time of people who are trying to maximize their fusions. And I find that to be pointless. How does this apply to what we were talking about before? Well, if I use an elixir in a Final Fantasy game, right? And there's, say, maybe some way of getting it, or I have to spend longer to heal my characters later, like maybe I need to use like 20 high potions or something. You know, like, it comes down to time, opportunity cost. What exactly are you doing to fix the cost of what you were doing? How long is it going to take to fix a resource that you can't easily get back?
Right.
So I think it's very similar, and I think that really kind of, and I mean, you know, I'll work in a system, you know, I'm not saying, you know, this game has a flaw in that it uses a traditional item system. Like, no, I don't think so. But what do I prefer? And those are two different things, right?
Right.
I personally, what I prefer is don't waste my time with your items. And sometimes wasting your time with items is the type of challenge a game has. And so you just need to deal with it if that's what's going on. So yeah, I don't know, it's interesting. I don't know that there's a right answer necessarily, but there is my answer.
Yeah. Not limited to just JRPGs or turn-based RPGs, rather. Do you think item fatigue is a thing? And what I mean by that, and for me, I think it is. But like, and it depends on the game. But I think there are some games where like you're given too many items too quickly all at once.
Yes.
And it's not like, I'm not talking about like potions that just stack. Oh, I've got like 70 potions now. I'm talking gear. I'm talking armor pieces. Like, a lot of looter shooters do this, but for some reason that feels differently than, say, oh, what was it? We were playing, I think, Neo 2, and there's just so many drops all the time. And it's like constantly trying to check to see if it's better than the gear you picked up. And maybe it's just a mindset issue, but I remember struggling with that so much because it was too much finding stuff all the time.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, so the looter shooter type thing, right? And it, obviously Neo 2 isn't a shooter, but it's close enough, right? Hold on, I'm trying to make sure I understand this item. The Chiro's Tail is pretty good. It increases your agility. If I remember right, it is pretty good to equip on somebody like, say, Kyle here. Oh wow, that's a lot of magic. There, it's okay. So this increases your agility.
Yeah. Would that have to do with like your initiative in the battle?
I think so. I think there's a couple of different... I may have to come back to this because I'm not sure I remember exactly what this does, but I remember it being really good.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just check real quick.
The recommendation here would probably be to equip it to Nash. Oh, no, give bracelet on Nash and give the tail, which increases agility to Mia, who has low agility.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. That sounds good. I'll just equip it over this. There we go. Yeah, and we did just get, the dual bracelet for Nash as well. There is one more item we need to find before
There's
we
a
move
chest
on.
down there. Did you grab it? There was a second one.
Yes, I grabbed both of
Okay.
these. This was...
This doesn't look open. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. This was the jewel bracelet and the Chiro's tail.
Okay.
Chiro's tail is droppable from Chiro's as well. So, we'll see how much quicker Mia. Yeah, Mia goes a lot sooner in the turn order with that. I agree with that. Getting her to go a little sooner is very beneficial because she's very powerful, but she is the slowest party member.
Yeah, so it takes her a while to get her spells off.
Yep. Okay, yeah, so item fatigue, and Neo 2 is a good example, because Neo 2 has the looter shooter style of, okay, I've got, like, 35 of the same sword, but they all have slightly different stats and things on them. Diablo does it as well, right?
Yeah, right.
And I've never liked that item system in particular. I should have used the other one. It's fine. Because I think it kind of it makes it annoying to get exactly the item you want with exactly the quote-unquote affixes you want. But games I love, like Phantasy Star Online, do that as well with the percentages on weapons, and you gotta get a bunch of different copies of certain weapons if you want to get them. And so you end up with necessarily suboptimal type stuff. And it's sort of an opposing point to what I was saying earlier, where, optimizing, if it gets in the way of it, it aggravates me. There is a certain extent to where it doesn't, and I have never been able to put my finger on exactly what that is.
Right.
So you compare Neo's item system to Dark Souls, where you find the greatsword, and it's always the same thing when you pick it up. Same in Elden Ring. Elden Ring uses the same type of item system that Dark Souls does, to a certain extent. It's obviously more customized, more advanced, but it's basically, it's at its basic level, it's the same system.
Right.
And so, I like that because I know what I'm picking up, and I know I can customize it. I have a lot of control over what I'm doing.
Right. Well, and to further that point, they're always in the same spot too, so there's no like random chance of not finding that particular weapon, right? Like you know exactly where to go to find them. Even if you're farming an enemy, you know where that enemy is always going to be.
Right. But there is a Ludo narrative too. I'm playing Phantasy Star Online. I found a spread needle with these particular percentages. This is just part of my character's experience. Maybe I don't have 60% dark, but I do have 35%, and that's kind of cool that it's what I own. So, again, it's not necessary to, like, min-max balance absolutely everything, because I think that leads to games being a little more dull. And so one might make the argument that Nocturne's original fusion system makes it more interesting, because you can't min-max a demon with all of the perfect stuff that you want, but that gives it flavor, and that's a fair point. Dragon Armlet. Uh-oh. Oh no! I ran out of space!
Wow, there actually is a limit to how much items you can carry. That is shocking. A little bit.
I'm gonna drop an antidote.
I was gonna say you could drop the soap.
No! Let's see. Yeah, beastly bracelet. Alright, let's check this out real quick. So...
You have a lot of Starlight shards.
Mm-hmm. So that's 21. 126 items.
Sounds
Yes.
good to me.
Yeah, 126 items is the maximum you can carry. So I'm gonna use a couple of starlights. Well, we're fine for right now because that was the last obtainable item in here from a chest. So using 2 is fine. But yeah, we came in here. So yeah, but we are gonna have to slim down the inventory just a little bit. We'll be able to do that soon though. But yeah, there is a limitation. Now we know there's a limitation on what Null can carry.
Yep.
So time to sell some stuff.
Yeah. I find it interesting because I think kind of conversation this item fatigue thing. I do think there are some games where maybe because it's the expectation, it doesn't feel bad. For me personally. So like an example would be Borderlands. The Borderlands series, especially 4, has been really good for me and my wife to play. It's like one of the few games we play together. But it's a looter shooter, right? Guns pop out of everything, and they're everywhere. So your bag is constantly full of stuff that you can sell. I think the difference is, and they added some quality of life with this most recent installment, but like, there's a way to compare easily between what you're using and what you're what you're looking at to like equip, right? There's a comparison there. That's an easy process.
That is helpful.
And with this most recent edition, like you can just pick stuff up as junk, and then when you go to sell it, you can just sell all your junk at once. So you don't have to like sift through it all at once. And I think things like that make it a little less frustrating. And each item is completely random and unique in its own flavor. Like not completely, but you find things that you start to like, and then if it doesn't have those things, you just don't even bother with it, right? Because it's all about the way it feels.
Sure.
The problem I have with Neo, I think, is that you'll have 70 items all named the same.
Yes.
With slight differences. And again, I think it's probably partially due to expectation too, but like going into it, that is too much.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a lot.
You can have like, give me 70 different items, you know, but don't give me like 70 warlords helmets with 15 different stats on each one. That's so much to look at, and some people like to crunch that way and optimize that way. That's too much for me.
That's what I was gonna say, is there are people who very much enjoy kind of going through, and I mean, I do get into the minutia of builds and equipment and stuff, but when it gets that granular, I start to get aggravated. And you know, it's completely fair if you enjoy that, you know, like again, there's no right or wrong answer here, but
right. And it's not a criticism of people who enjoy that game either. It's just where I sit with me personally, and it saddens me a little bit because I hear such good things about like Neo and Neo 2, and what I played of it, I enjoyed as far as the challenge and the skill of like trying to take on these enemies, but the sheer amount of items being thrown at me at all times was so overwhelming. I had to just stop. I was just like, I can't, this is literally stressing me out to play this game. I can't keep playing it.
I mean, I quite like, I want to find a way to power through it, because I beat Neo, and I would like to beat Neo 2 at some point, but yeah, it is kind of, it can be kind of tough to get through.
It's so dark in here, I can barely see my paws in front of my face. Hello, is anyone there?
Yo!
Well, they're fun looking.
Wow, I guess that's a yes. The blue dragon's really pretty, Alex. I'm impressed.
I love the blue dragon. It might be my favorite design.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
Yar! Sorry. Couldn't stop myself. Hello there. This is one laid-back dragon. Hello, adventurers. Nice to meet you. Welcome to my lair. Hey, it's Lemiaus Alsa. Something must be up if you come all this way to see me. I don't mean to be rude, but I'm Lemia's daughter, Mia. Really? Thunderation! That was a longer nap than I thought. So then, where's the goddess? I thought it was her song that woke me up. But then I remembered she wouldn't be able to do that anymore. Why? What happened to the goddess?
Good question.
What's that? Is Lunar the goddess? Did Dragon Master die and fall in love with the goddess? Sorry, I'm just rambling about things you wouldn't care about anything about. Couldn't care anything about.
No, explain things. Explain.
No. What's wrong? Nothing. Take a shot. I've always talked way too much. Secrets were not my forte. Alicia and Letitia always joked that I should be called the Blabbling Blue Dragon. Alex, those are the names of ancient dragon masters.
Ancient dragon masters.
More than one.
He's a little goofy, but he seems like the real deal.
Alas, I just noticed that you have the wings and the shield. What did you think about my brothers? They're a little stodgy if you ask me. And after telling you all this, I realize I haven't yet heard your name.
My name is Alex, and the white dragon has
no sense of humor, I know. I like this dragon a lot. Don't you think it's ironic that the white dragon doesn't know how to lighten up? Anyway, just being here means that you've already passed the trial. I was too lazy to come up with anything more. If you weren't qualified to be the Dragon Master, you couldn't even have entered the shrine. So, you can't be a Dragon Master without the blue dragon helmet, right? Hold on a sec. Okay, I've made a path to the helmet for you. Go on, check it out, kids.
But we have terrible news for you, Blue Dragon.
It's cold in here, I know. I never was able to convince the goddess to pop for a couple hot springs. Anyway, get out of here and grab your reward, Alex.
But hey.
What's that, Alex? You don't know where to find the helmet? We already went over this. I don't know how I could have made it any simpler. Just walk into the room I opened up for you.
But
it's been 15 years since the last Dragon Master, true. But that was Althena's choice, and what the goddess wants, children, the goddess gets. If the goddess ain't happy, ain't nobody happy.
So
you kids must know about the dragon equipment, right? It's a crystallized form of the power of each dragon. That's why it's so strong.
Yeah.
Hey, sorry about the morning breath, kids. You wouldn't happen to have any minty fresh herbs I could gnaw on, would you?
Maybe.
Wow, Mia, you look exactly like your mother did when she was your age. Check her roots. She's not a natural blonde. That's interesting. I was just wondering about that. I remember the first time I met her, traveling alongside Galleon and Dine. So how's that lovely lady these days anyway?
Oh, well, she's
stubborn as always, I know.
Dude, let people finish their sentence.
Nope.
You don't seem like you take after her, though. You're a lot quieter for one thing.
I didn't think the word quiet was in the Blue Dragon's vocabulary.
I love the blue dragon.
Hey, who sang that song that woke me up? I thought it was Althea, but that can't be. Hey, I hear singing up there in Lighton. Are they holding a festival or something? Alex, I hate to be rude, but go get the helmet already!
All right.
I never thought I'd meet someone who talked as much as you, Naw. Yeah, but at least I'm not that obnoxious.
The blue dragon.
Alex, that shining light, is it the helmet? Looks like a big blue ball to me.
Yoink. Cutscene.
Okay, so if this is the case, then the black dragon probably provides a chest, like the armor, instead of the sword. But
that would stand to reason.
Either way, got dragon helmet.
Woohoo!
You did it, Alex. 3 dragons down, 1 to go. I wonder what's going to happen when you get the last piece of equipment. See, what should happen is the wings that you got from the white dragon should turn into the sword. Alex, that noise sounded like it came from the blue dragon's lair. Let's go back and see what's going on. Well, you see, the blue dragon's getting captured.
First, equip the helmet.
The best helmet in the game.
Dragon Master's helmet. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Hey!
What's going on? Where's the blue dragon? You're too late. He's already under our control. I should have expected to see you here, witch. After all, why should the Magic Emperor do his own dirty work? If you're ready and willing to wallow in the mud for him. Give up now, Feisha, and we won't have to hurt you. I don't understand why you're doing such a terrible thing. No, you don't understand. And you wouldn't understand. You have no idea that it has been like for us to survive in the frontier. The Badlands, and you don't know what it will take to turn the dreams of my people into reality. The frontier? That place where the Vile tribe was banished by Althena 500 years ago? We have a right to the life that Althena has denied us. What does kidnapping Luna have to do with any of this? Why wouldn't you just leave her alone? I'm sorry, but it was necessary for us to capture Luna and the other singers. I give you my word that she's unharmed, and we'll stay at that way if you return home. Continue to interfere with the Emperor's plans, and you place her life in jeopardy. She's gonna betray the Vile tribe. I was careless.
Hello.
Galleon swore allegiance to Althena along with dying. But now that allegiance has been forsaken, and I think I understand why. Galleon was jealous of dying in Althena all this time. How pathetic.
Loves.
Hey, didn't I say that? Anyway. Alex, can you hear me?
Yes.
Alex, I beg you to become the Dragon Master and protect the goddess from Galleon. 15 years ago, her power was lost. No! No! Alex, we can never forgive Galleon for what he's done. Never!
No. Chill, bro.
All pissed.
Yeah, he is. Understandably.
If the dragons can't fight the Magic Emperor and the Vile tribe, how are we supposed to?
With the power of heroism. And incredible
The magic
violence.
of friendships. Yeah. The magic of friendship.
Indeed. All right, roll on out of here. Boom.
Also, every single one of those dragons have been caught off guard because they weren't expecting Galleon to betray them.
That's true. We are back. Burr, 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 burr.
Guys, not to be the bearer of bad news, but your dragon's gone. You won't see him for a while. if
So
ever
we
again.
now have Dragon Healing, which is my personal favorite dragon spell. It's a very large heal to everyone, but it does cost 40. So it's a little pricey. But yeah, it's extremely good when you need it. Not as expensive as Dragon Anger, but or it's a little more expensive than Dragon Anger. But yeah, it's a very, very good spell. I actually find Dragon Protect to be less useful than these other two, but it does have a very specific use that we'll get into later. It is very good for what it is needed for.
Okay.
Now let's talk to the Elder. Hey!
Alex, we too felt the loss of the blue dragon, but don't mourn his loss. It's totally fine. We're totes fine. Just as our song returned to us, so shall the dragon's soul. Only the black dragon of the east remains to be met, Alex. Now, go now, green-eyed boy. Your goal is firmly within your grasp.
You think that's? Ah, yes.
When your spirits are low, Alex, just remember the Song of Lightning. Not the discordant one, the really good one right now. And the people of Lighten who sing for your success. Singing was created by the goddess, Alex, and it holds great power. So draw upon it when you need it.
Cool. Thanks,
Say
bro.
hello to the goddess Luna for me when you meet her.
All right, so now we need to head to the east. Let's see if we have anything else we need to do before that. I don't think so. Ah, okay, cool. We got some cool stuff coming up. I really like the section of the game we're about to move into. It's sort of why I wanted to get the shrine done, so we didn't have to do any backtracking for the moment. Hang on a second. I'm going the wrong way. We need to go around this way.
There are
Head
cliffs
east.
in my way.
Indeed. All right. Now we got to make our way through this area.
This looks awful. Is this like a miasma or something?
It does look like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Let's see how this does. Ooh, stuff's still weak to fire in here. That's handy.
Apparently the signs in here are screwed up and aren't worth looking at.
Oh,
South,
Tamur.
Tamur.
Is that true? Yeah.
So we're gonna head east first. East, southeast, south to get the starlight.
Cool. Yeah, the signs are all messed up in this area. Yeah, just keep it rolling.
Are they messed up because of what's happening in this area or because people are like messing with the signs?
It could be both.
Well,
That's a good question. I don't actually remember why the signs are messed up, to be honest with you. Bees, not the bees!
No, it's always the bees, man.
Always the bees.
Always the bees. The bees' knees.
So one thing to note here, Alex at level 36 has 105 MP, which is enough MP to use Dragon Anger 3 times. So if you can get to 36, running through the Forbidden Forest should be slightly easier. Do I need to keep going this way? I think so.
no. East, southeast, south to get the starlight.
I already got the Starlight.
Okay. Sweet. And then from the starlight chest to go northeast, east, south all the way.
Ah, okay, good.
And then southwest, south, and then west, and then southwest again. To get a Shira's tail from the chest.
Yeah, do want that. Shira's Tail might be the one I think I was thinking of. Woohoo!
Instead of a Chiro's tail.
Yeah. I think it's all the way down here.
The southwest and then west. And then
Okay.
southwest again.
Okay. Chiros. I'm gonna throw Dragon Anger.
South all the way, southwest, southwest, southwest.
My god. Let's take
Yeah,
it one thing at a
it's-
time. There's no
Yeah.
way.
Oh, yeah, that's why I was like, because south and west are separated, but there's
Whoa.
two southwests
Look at that
like,
money.
bookend those. Yeah, wow, that's a lot. Wow.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Pretty sure you're going the right way.
Yeah, I think so.
The sound those things make is really funny to me.
But the error
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
I can't say it right, but yeah. It is pretty funny.
It's
Stop
a weird squeak.
paralyzing me. Fools.
Can't do that.
Apparently
Otherwise, you won't be annoyed. And we can't have that.
That sounds right.
You must be perpetually annoyed for no reason.
That sounds right.
That is the experience.
Experience! I hope I'm going the right way. What is this? Ah, there's the Shiro's tail.
Yep.
Let's see what that does. If I remember right.
Adds range, apparently.
Okay. Any recommendation for who to give the Shiro's tail to?
No, not really. In here it says actually not really worth it since all the people who use normal attacks have enough range already. So.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay.
All right, from here we're gonna go northwest.
Okay.
And then we'll go north along the eastern path. So you find a chest with a wind cane.
A wind cane?
A wind cane, yep.
Ah, cool.
And we can give that to Mia because that will up her agility another 20 points.
Damn.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Up here. Oh.
They're so fast. They see you and it's just like, oh.
Yeah. I'm coming for you.
Check this out.
You don't even know. You're not prepared for this.
Fury of the flame.
Fury of the flame. Wind cane. No! Dang it.
What? Oh, you have too many items.
Yep. Yep. I should have sold stuff before leaving Lighten, but oh well, we'll deal with it. Yeah, so the wind cane. Nice.
Yeah, it drops your wisdom by 10, but that's a really big agility boost.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Now she's like the fastest party member. It's very funny.
Yep. We're just gonna go back south. Keep going east.
Oh hey.
And south. Yep. Oh look, hey Zenobia.
Mm-hmm.
Zenobia. Jerk. You filthy wench. Come here and let me wrap my hands around your scrawny neck. The only physical contact you'll have with me, little man, is when I stomp on the head of your cold, rotten corpse.
Dang.
You search for the black dragon ends here, Alex. As does your pathetic little attempt at a life. Attack!
Battle.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. Let's see here. I don't think this battle is particularly tough, if I remember right.
No, I don't think so. It's just some monsters.
All right. Let's do flash cut. We're just gonna do some hit-alls here.
Hit-alls.
Athena, lend me your power.
Very nice.
Check
Hit-alls.
this out.
Uh-huh.
By the power of Athena. Yeah.
Crunched. Get out of here.
I'll think about it. You could attack us with 1,000 monsters and it wouldn't matter, Zenobia. I'll kill all of them, and then I'll kill you. And don't bother begging for mercy because you'll get none. Not very priestly of you. You know, I was planning to turn you into a statue like your pathetic father. But now I'll allow the vile tribe to desecrate your tattered remains instead.
Next battle. It's gonna do the exact same thing. I'm gonna do it again.
Fury of the flame. Check this out. Blessing of Athena. Yeah.
Boom.
We can't keep this up much longer, Jess.
Speak for yourself. I could do this all day.
I know, right? One more round and that little worry will not be a relevant concern anymore.
Boom. Boom.
Oh, look, an archer friend. We'll get another party member. No! Enjoy that little remains of your life, Alex, but it won't be spared next time. Whoa, and Althena's name. Who in Althena's name is that?
Hey, guys.
Is this my long lost twin, Alex?
Who could they be?
Wow. Okay, but they hit the Vile Tribe with their arrows from that great a distance? Do any of you realize how incredible that is? But who are they, and why'd they leave without saying a word to us? They're actually Alex and Luna from a different timeline?
What?
I don't know. He looked a little bit like Alex, and she had blue hair. I don't know, just throwing it out there.
All right, then.
Yep.
All right. I think if I remember right, we could just head through here. There's some more stuff to pick up in here, but we got happy music now. Woo!
I just up and left, like, see ya.
Yeah, they just pieced out.
We're gonna smirk at you, but then not say anything.
Ah, okay. Here we go.
All right.
Okay. Interesting.
East, northeast, southeast, and east to leave the area, and you'll arrive in Detour.
Okay. I'm trying to see if there is...
I don't know that there's anything else to grab in here.
Yeah, I'm double checking something. Hold on one second.
Okay.
Yeah, no, there should be at least one other thing here that we want to get.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think something got missed. So I'm gonna top up a little bit. Let's see. Let's just use Jessica's magic. It is going to be good to have a supply of healing nuts before too long here. Let's see. Yeah, I'll just top that up. I am gonna look around for a second.
Okay.
I think there is at least one other item in here we really don't want to miss. So let's poke around for a minute. But then we should be able to move on before long here, which is good. Nice having this music going. Happy music.
I know, it's really contradictory to the environment. That's the word I'm looking for.
Sure.
It's not really the word I'm looking for, but it's the closest thing my brain's allowing me to get to.
Close enough.
Yep. Get that churro.
Oh yeah.
Shiro.
Oh yeah.
Churro.
Athena, lend me your power.
Yeah?
I want a churro.
You do?
Yeah, churros are delicious.
Nomtastic.
Yeah. But also
Yeah.
those churros look adorable and look like they'd make cute pets.
Yeah, they kind of do.
It's just like slap.
Yeah. Lots of smacking. Okay. So this... Falling rocks!
Danger! Falling rocks ahead!
Ah! Just chilling. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to take every path here that has some additional enemies, because those are paths we haven't taken. Because I'm pretty sure there's a couple items in here that we need to get still. And one of them is a piece of equipment that I would like to pick up.
Okie dokie.
Ugh. But yeah. Yeah, I love the blue dragon. Like, it's probably one of... Oh, here's one. Yep, that's what I wanted. The dark
The
helmet.
dark helmet.
To drop something. I can't carry anymore. Alex, my bag is still full.
Curses! Once we sell off all equipment, we'll be in better shape, so. It's the Dark Helmet Black Brain Bucket. That's disturbing sounding.
Skull bucket.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, alright, we've been here. There are a couple of other items that I'm less concerned with. The Dark Helmet is what I really wanted to pick up.
Dark Helmet. He's a master of the Schwartz.
Yeah. Pretty much. The Schwartz. Okay, so Starlight
be with you.
Shiro's Tail, Wind Cane, Dark Helmet. There should be an Angel's Tear and a Healing Nut in here. So I'm gonna look for a second, and if we don't find it, I'll just deal with it later.
Okay.
Because I'm just obsessed with picking up all chests, but let's look up here.
You'll have to use something to get those in your pocket, but...
Silence! Yeah, that's true though, yeah. Okay, that's the beginning. Yeah, it's not a huge deal if you end up missing the Dark Helmet, because it's not like the ultimate helmet for Kyle, but it is quite good. I would not recommend missing it if you can avoid it.
Athena, lend me your power.
I love Flameria.
Yeah, it seems pretty potent.
Yep. Ah,
And now that she can go so... Whoa, that was weird. Oh, they attempted to flee.
Yes.
Okay. I was like... At that speed, it was really funny. They were just like running around in a panic state. And you
Yeah.
think of like Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory.
Yeah. Did not intend to do that. Whoopsie. Whoops-a-daisy.
Whoops-a-doodle.
There. My god. Alright. Look down here. Ah! There's one. Oh. I knew they were holding out on me. Hang on a second. There.
I've been betrayed.
There's an Angel's Tear. Yes, I know. I have so many antidotes. I don't know why I have so many of them. I like
I
picked
think
them up
you were
and never
planning-
used them.
Yeah, so I think you're planning to use them before you had a way to clear it. But
Yeah.
then you had a way to clear it and never used them, so...
Yeah. There will come a point when I'm going to be purging a lot of these status curing items. Okay. Alright, so we found this little section here. Oh, hey, there's... Okay, maybe this other one has the healing nut in it.
Probably.
Sucker.
Yup, that's me.
Get out of here.
If you were a sucker, what kind of sucker would you be?
Oh my. Let's pick this up. Healing nut.
I
Yes,
think
I
I'd be
know.
a cake pop.
A what?
A cake pop.
Oh, okay. I seriously
Because
didn't
I'm
even hear.
so
I was like,
sweet.
what are you talking about?
Just gonna leave that there.
What?
So I'm just gonna leave that there
Alright.
for people
That's a good-
to decide for themselves.
That's good journalism.
Yeah, of course. As long as it's truthful.
It's the job of a journalist to be independent. Let's see. Alright. Yeah, I think there's just one more enemy. So we'll make our way toward the exit now. Now that we've gotten all the items in here, so yeah, if you happen to be using the same fac we are, just know there are 3 additional items. Yeah, I don't know how you would know that unless we've linked to it, which I don't actually know if we've done that, but
Nope. I don't ever do that.
okay, yeah. So
If people want to know, though, let us know, and we'll get you taken care of.
yep. But yeah, I think Place is weird. It's like a weird maze. Oh, hey, another bee.
Gotta have the bees.
But I think we've gotten everything in here, so...
They're so mad at you for stealing their honey.
Yeah, that's what I did. Oh, hey, we're close to another level. That's cool.
Whether you did it or not, it's what they think you did. That's why they're mad at you.
They're so mad.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that exit. Out here. I'm enjoying this music, though. It's nice.
It is. It is a nice little vibe. It's like elevator music. Just a little bit.
Sure, sure.
It's either the vibe is either I'm in an elevator or I've been put on hold.
Why not both?
On hold in an elevator? Sure, why not?
Yeah. That's what I think. Oh my god, now I don't know where I'm going. Alright. We're gonna get out of here, I promise. Alright, so this leads directly back to the entrance. Okay. I think there's a fork that I keep going the wrong way on.
Probably.
So gonna head up here. Let's go south here.
Yeah.
And then here. This might be correct. That's
doesn't
not.
look like it.
That's not right. Go south here. Nope. God's sake. All right, we'll go down here. Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Nope. No, we won't. Go down here.
Yeah. Yes, that looks right.
I'm so lost. Oops.
Yeah, and then I think you go east here, maybe.
Yeah.
I think that's where Zenobia was.
Yeah. This is right.
Okay.
Good. We made it.
Woohoo!
All right. Made it. And we made it to where are we now? Oh my god.
Find out next time on Dragon Ball Master.
Uh-huh.
Lunar edition. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
on Dragon Master Z. Da, da,
Yeah.
da, 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 da.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh man. I think I'm gonna go ahead and change Alex back to other sword because I think we're to the point where we can go back to the great sword and be cool. I like to keep the ice and the flame sword. There will come a time when that is totally pointless to have, but it's not yet. So yeah, we'll buy some new equipment here wherever we are next time, and then we have a very fun adventure to go on, which I really enjoy. The part of the game that's coming up, the next part and then the one after it are very cool in my opinion. So yeah, I hope you are excited. I know I am.
I'm excited and I don't even know what we're supposed to be expecting, so let's go! Anyway, thank you so much for joining us today, and if you have been enjoying it, please like and subscribe. It helps us out. Whether you believe it or not, I promise it does. And if you have any thoughts you want to add to our conversation or any kind of conversation you want to start, feel free to drop those comments below. Love to hear from you. Beyond that, though, thank you so much for just letting us be a part of your day. We do hope it's an awesome one, and we will catch you all in the next episode.
See you next time.
Bye-bye now. Diddly diddly do 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 do. Thanks for watching.